Genki is a Japanese term that can mean the source of activity, feeling well, and being healthy and vigorous. However, the meaning and the kanji characters of the word genki have evolved over time. Originally, genki was written as lesson and energy, referring to the decline of an illness's momentum and the process of recovery. Then, this genki evolved into effect and energy, signifying the improvement in one's condition due to the effects of treatment, leading to a better mood. Eventually, it came to mean the power of vigor that serves as a source of activity, and these kanji characters were adopted. This version of genki breaks down into gen, meaning the root of all creation, and ki, an ultimate representation of energy. However, after Japan's defeat in 1945, these characters were considered archaic and were replaced by what is prominently used now. To this you might think, okay, so what? Well, the difference of genki and genki is not only in the characters, but also in essence. Let's take another look at how the kanji switched before and after the war. In ki and ki, the upper part is the same, representing rising air currents. However, the lower parts differ. Kome and me. Kome stands for rice and also symbolizes energy spreading in all directions. By eating rice, energy spreads through the body. On the other hand, me represents a stopper, indicating a suppression of energy rather than its expansion. Thus, the use of the kanji ki encouraged after the war implies a suppression of energy. In fact, Japanese people started eating less rice after the war. From the Showa era to the end of the war, annual per capita rice consumption was between 120 to 170 kilograms. By 2016, it had dropped to 54 kilograms. Pre-war Japanese ate about 3 times as much rice as they do now. After the war, wheat products, especially bread, began to replace rice. Looking at the shift in the daily calorie intake from different foods, from the oldest statistics available from 1960 to 2018, rice dropped from 1105 kilocalories to 528 kilocalories, while wheat increased from 250 kilocalories to 359 kilocalories. Why did rice consumption decline and wheat products rise? The root cause lies in the agricultural surplus problems the United States faced immediately after the war. During the war, US agricultural products were consumed in large quantities as rations for the Allied forces. With the end of the war, these products lost their destination. In 1947, President Harry S. Truman declared the Truman Doctrine to contain communism, solidifying the Cold War structure. Shortly after, Secretary of State George C. Marshall proposed the European Recovery Plan, the Marshall Plan, to provide food aid to European countries whose farmland had been devastated by the war. The Korean War began in 1950, necessitating large amounts of rations, but when it ended in 1953, agricultural products once again started to accumulate. Moreover, a global wheat boom led to a surplus of wheat, with Canada and Australia selling wheat at low prices. As a result, US wheat stockpiles reached 30 million tons. In response, the US amended the Mutual Security Act in 1953. The MSA, enacted in 1951, consolidated economic aid laws, military aid for mutual defense, and international development laws into one. The amendment included food aid, aiming to obligate recipient countries to strengthen their military capabilities and increase allies against communism. Japan, suffering from post-war food shortages, signed this agreement in 1954, accepting 600,000 tons of wheat, 116,000 tons of barley, and agricultural products worth $50 million. Japan's Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare provided this wheat as bread in school lunches along with milk, and promoted a nutrition improvement movement to spread wheat-based diets. Thus, the Japanese started consuming more wheat and less rice. Recently, Japanese food has become popular worldwide, and onigiri, rice balls, are becoming a trend overseas. While bread is delicious, we should eat more rice and regain our genki. I urge you to re-examine the meaning of the kanji genki and consider writing it as genki again.